By the late 12th century, the Crusader kingdoms seemed unshakable. Their fortresses stood tall, stone giants looming over the Holy Land. From Croc to Chevaliers to Acre, from Jerusalem to Antioch, these castles guarded trade routes and controlled entire regions. For nearly a century, Crusader lords had ruled with iron fists, their banners of the Red Cross flying proudly in the desert winds. To the Muslims of the region, they were not just occupiers of cities, but oppressors of their very way of life.
Life under Crusader dominance was harsh. Villagers spoke of raids where entire communities were burned, crops stolen, and children taken as slaves. Pilgrims traveling to holy sites were harassed, their journeys turned into nightmare. Fear spread like wildfire, yet amid this despair, whispers began to spread. Whispers of a leader who was different, a ruler who would rise against the tide of oppression.
That leader was Salahuddin Ayyubi. By now he was no longer a young soldier, but the Sultan of Egypt and Syria. His vision went beyond borders or tribes. Where others saw division, he saw unity. Salahuddin believed that only by bringing Muslims together under one banner could they challenge the Crusader states. And for him, the ultimate goal was clear: the liberation of Jerusalem, the heart of Islam's holy land. This vision was not easy to achieve. Many rulers preferred their own power, caring little for the struggles of others. But Salahuddin's patience and diplomacy were unmatched. He brought rival leaders to his side, not through fear, but through persuasion and justice. One by one, Syria, Egypt, and beyond began a march under his green banners. No longer would Muslims fight divided. Their armies now had one leader, one cause, and one destiny. The fragile peace shattered with a single reckless act. Reynold of Chatillon, a notorious Crusader lord, broke the truce. He attacked a Muslim caravan bound for Mecca, killing innocents and even capturing women and children. This insult was unforgivable. For Salahuddin, this was no longer just a political struggle. It was a sacred duty. The time for patience had ended. The time for war had arrived. The call to jihad echoed through mosques and marketplaces. It was not a call for conquest, but for justice and defense. Men left their homes, their shops, their families, answering Salahuddin's summons. From Egypt, Syria, and beyond, thousands gathered. The sound of drums and war horns filled the air as an army unlike any before prepared to march. Every soldier knew they were fighting not for wealth, but for the honor of their faith and their homeland. In July of 1187, the Crusader army left Acre and began their march toward Tiberias. At their head rode King Guy of Lusignan, alongside knights of Jerusalem and the Templars. They carried with them what they believed to be their greatest weapon, the relic of the true cross, said to hold divine power. But the blazing desert sun showed no mercy. Each step forward was a step deeper into Salahuddin's trap. Salahuddin knew the land better than anyone. He cut off the Crusaders from the Sea of Galilee, denying them water. The scorching heat beat down on them, while Muslim cavalry harassed them day and night. Exhaustion turned to despair, and despair to fear. With every passing hour, the once mighty Crusader host grew weaker, thirst gnawing at their strength. At the horns of Hattin, Salahuddin delivered his final stroke. His men lit fires across the dry grass. Smoke rose thick and heavy, choking the Crusaders, blinding their vision. Already dying of thirst, now they faced suffocating heat and chaos. Panic spread through their ranks. The true cross, once their source of courage, now seemed powerless in the face of flames and despair. Then came the moment of battle. Salahuddin's cavalry thundered across the plains, their arrows darkening the skies. Crusader shields splintered under the assault. Knights tried to rally, but their horses collapsed from exhaustion. The clash was brutal, but the outcome was clear. The Crusaders, who had once terrorized the land, were broken piece by piece under Salahuddin's relentless strikes.
By sunset, the Crusader army was destroyed, thousands lay dead or captured. King Guy himself was brought before Salahuddin. But instead of cruelty, the Sultan offered him water and spared his life. Only Rinald of Chatillon, the man who had broken treaties and murdered innocents, was punished with death. In that moment, Salahuddin showed the world his character, not only a warrior but a ruler of justice and mercy. The Battle of Hattin was more than a victory. It was a turning point with the Crusader army shattered. Their fortress fell one by one, and on the horizon, the city of Jerusalem awaited for nearby 90 years. It had been under Crusader control, but now the gates of destiny were within Salahuddin's reach. The march to Jerusalem had begun. Stay tuned for part 3, that will be the last part of the series.